So hello everyone, welcome back to Uncle Says. In this video, we'll be discussing about the Homakunda case of Karnataka, which include a tale of betrayal, greed, black magic and a chilling murder that shocked Karnataka today. So have you ever heard of any real life crime story that sounds so shocking, so twisted that it feels like something straight out of the movie? Well, the Bhaskar Shetty case from the Udupi is one such story, a tale of a betrayal, greed, black magic and a chilling murder that shocked Karnataka. So let me take you back to July 2016 to a quiet town of Udupi in the coastal Karnataka. Bhaskar Shetty was a well-known businessman, a successful hostler based in Saudi Arabia. He had earned a lot of wealth abroad. Back home in Udupi, he was seen as a rich, respected man, someone who had it all. A beautiful house, a flourishing business, and a family. But behind the image of a success, something far darker was brewing. Bhaskar was married to Rajeshwari Shetty, a woman known for her devotion to the temple rituals and her interest in astrology and black magic. Together, they had a son named Navandit Shetty, a 20-year-old engineering student. From the outside, they looked like a typically upper middle class family, but as it turned out, the bond within the family was already failing apart. Over the time, Bhaskar started suspecting that something was wrong. He believed his wife was having an affair. And not just with anyone, but the man named Niranjan Bhatt, a priest and the astrologer. Now Niranjan wasn't just the Rajeshwari spiritual guide, he was also her partner in crime, quite literally. Bhaskar also began noticing his wealth were being siphoned off. Large sums of the money were gone missing. He became more and more suspicious and even warned Rajeshwari and Niranjan Bhatt that he would go to police station. And that was the tipping point. On July 28, 2016, Bhaskar returned to Udupi from Saudi Arabia. What happened over the next 24 hours would later unfold as one of the most horrifying crimes the region had seen. On July 29, Bhaskar went missing. When his mom, Gulabi Shetty, filed a missing complaint, police launched an investigation. At first, Rajeshwari claimed that Bhaskar had left home and hadn't returned, but things did not add up. The family's behavior was suspicious, and as soon as the truth started unraveling, police dug deeper and discovered the horrifying details. So, according to the investigation, Rajeshwari Shetty, her son Navandit Shetty, and Niranjan Bhatt had planned Bhaskar murder. On that fateful evening, when Bhaskar Shetty came back home from the Durga International Hotel around 4 o'clock, he was hit with the rod. Once he was unconscious, the mother and the son, along with the Niranjan Bhatt, brutally attacked him, possibly with the rod, and murdered him inside their own house. But what came next is even more chilling. After killing the Bhaskar Shetty did not call the police or try to cover it up in a usual way. Instead, they transported the body to Niranjan Bhatt Yoga Sala, a ritual space he used for conducting the yagnas and homas and the black magic rituals. And there in that room, meant for inner worship, they did the unthinkable. They placed the Bhaskar Shetty's body on the sacrificial fire pit, a homakunda, and burnt it using the ghee and firewood. They reportedly performed a ritual called yagna as a cover-up, burning his body completely until that all that was left as an ashes, bones and the fragments of the teeth. Over the next few days, they scattered the remainings into the nearby river to erase all the evidence, but the police, acting on suspension, raided the Niranjan Bhatt's place. And there they found that the blackened remainings, burnt pieces, a fire pit that looked recently used, and the bloodstains. Forensic experts were called. Forensic experts confirmed that the remainings were of the humans. Slowly all the figures began pointing towards Rajeshwari Shetty, Niranjan Bhatt and Navandit Shetty. The three were the accused and interrogated. What shocked everyone was not just the brutality of the crime, but the fact that the Bhaskar own wife and the son were involved. The son, who Bhaskar Shetty had raised with the love and given the best life possible, was one of the killers. What pushed them to this extreme greed? Bhaskar Shetty had made a will, leaving the most of the properties to his mother, Gulabi Shetty. This angered wife Rajeshwari Shetty and the son Navandit Shetty, who felt they deserved the wealth. They believed that by killing him, they could claim everything, his money, his property, his business and Durga International Hotel at Udupi. But their plan backfired them. Finally, in 2021, 5 years after the murder, charges were formally framed against the accused. The key charges involved murder, criminal conspiracy, destruction of an evidence and the more. What makes this case stand out isn't it just the murder but the method, the use of the ritual setting for such an act, the bleeding crime with the black magic and the involvement of a priest turned the killer, shocking the nation. The court found Rajeshwari Shetty, Navandit Shetty, and Niranjan Bhatt guilty. They were sentenced to lifetime imprisonment. The courtroom echoed with their words, "Justice delivered." And finally, Bhaskar Shetty's mother, Gulabi Shetty, who was one to first raise the alarm, became the pillar of the investigation. She did not rest until the truth came out. She had already lost her son. She did not want the killers, her own daughter-in-law and the grandson, to walk freely. Today, the Bhaskar Shetty case stands as a reminder of how greed can destroy even the closest bonds. How people blinded by the money and the superstition can lose all the sense of morality. We often think such things only happen in the fiction movies, but sometimes the truth is far more disturbing. So next time if you hear about the perfect family, remember not every smile hides a good intention. A wealthy man, a broken family, and a brutal crime drive by greed. This case reminds us not all evil hides in the dark, sometimes it sleeps in our own house. How far people can go for the property and the money. This story answers that in the worst way possible. What do you think? Was the justice really served in the Bhaskar Shetty's case? Comment below and let's talk about it. And if you like stories like this, real crimes, deep stories, and the shocking truths, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Uncle Says. This was Uncle Says, and remember, behind every news headlines there is a story you haven't heard yet.